Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, alright guys and girls, welcome back for another breaking news. 1:45 p.m. Sunday 9th of February 2020 at the time of the video. So just want to do a sort of a video on the coronavirus. As windy as how outside, guys and girls, we've got some sort of storm coming at the moment with strong winds. You probably can hear it in the background in a way. Anyway, so apparently the coronavirus live update, death toll in China overtakes the SARS virus. This is by the New York Times today. So, coronavirus live update, death toll in China overtakes SARS. More than 800 people have died from the new virus. In China, the 2002-3 epidemic, which also began in the country, killed 774 people worldwide. That was the SARS virus at the time. Right now, the cruise ship quarantined in Japan has 6 more cases. Passengers are told. Told at least, but it could be more people, to be honest. I don't know what's going on at the moment. Some sort of stuff going on, but the new coronavirus has killed more people than SARS did. The coronavirus death toll in China has risen to 811, surpassing the toll from the SARS epidemic 2002 and 3. Well, to be honest, that's estimated. They're estimating it. To be honest, I think maybe we could be seeing maybe 4, 5, even 10 times the amount of 811 people dying of this. We don't know what's going on. There's about 33 cases at the moment of this coronavirus in Japan, in China, and all that. The number of confirmed infections rose to 37,198 according to China's National Health Commission. 89 deaths and 2,656 new cases were recorded in the preceding 24 hours, and most of them in Hubei province, the heart of the outbreak. A United States citizen died from the coronavirus in Wuhan, the provincial capital. American officials said on Saturday the SARS epidemic, which also began in China, killed 774 people. But is it that amount of people they've died, or is there a lot more than the Chinese government have been saying? To be honest, I think if the Chinese government can come forward and say, look, we've got a mass epidemic on hands, it's more than 700 people died at the moment, right? If they could come forward, right, then maybe everyone can be on high alert. Maybe there's loads of cases in the UK, we don't know. But at the moment, there's 4 cases that we know of in the United Kingdom. And we need actually to become sort of more of alert. If these cases are getting out of hand, then shouldn't we, guys and girls, be told that this shit's going to happen? Anyway, what is this sort of coronavirus? I think a lot of people have been saying it's from bats or snakes, all these other different animals. Apparently all the DNA and all the viruses and all that are coming out of it. So it's just becoming sort of ridiculous. But there's also another case been brought forward to say that the coronavirus is actually man-made now and all that. So we don't know whether it's man-made, whether it's from animals, whether it's something from the DNA or from the immune system, which is actually trying to kill people, or whether this is actually something. Because there's another thing now. They're saying either the Chinese sort of pharmaceutical people have come up with it, or the Americans have come up with this virus, a sort of a biological weapon. But then again, we don't really know, guys and girls, what's going on. Obviously, there is many people on this planet. 8.6 billion people on this planet at the moment. and we can't hold as many people. So maybe the government thought, oh, let's go and bump a couple off, or a couple hundred off, or try and get down like a third of the population gone or something. We don't know. That's not my words, but it's plausible. It's plausible. I mean, it could be anything. The SARS epidemic, which also began in China, killed 774 people worldwide. There have been only 2 confirmed deaths from the new coronavirus outside of the mainland China, one in Hong Kong and one in the Philippines at the moment as well. So it's in the Philippines. Many doctors believe that the deaths, infections from the current epidemic are undercounted in China because testing for this facilities are under severe strain. So there could be a lot more in China, a lot more deaths, or a lot more of these like sort of things going on. So we don't know. The number of new cases has stabilized in recent days, but World Health Organization's officials cautioned against reading too much into those numbers, saying that Wuhan and Hubei were in the midst of a very intense outbreak. Apparently, this could be the biggest outbreak we've ever seen. We could get more cases in the UK. We could have them in, I don't know, it could be anywhere. We could have some in Bristol. We could have some over in Gloucester. We could have some in like sort of Middlesbrough or something. We don't know. We don't know where these viruses are coming from, or where they're going to be going, or who's coming to the UK, who hasn't been sort of cautioned, who's come from China and come to the UK for holiday, or who's come from the holiday from the UK, gone to China, and then come back off their holiday from China and stuff, or Hong Kong or wherever, and maybe who has the virus, because apparently it's undetectable in some cases, where some people may not have the symptoms, but they may be carrying that gene stuff with them and stuff. So this could be the biggest outbreak entirely. It is very, very early to make any predictions, it said Dr. Michael Ryan, an executive director of the WHO's Health Emergency Program. The measure put in place in Hubei appeared to be paying off, and said Dr. Tedros Adhanom, the WHO's Director General, but he warned that outbreaks like these are unpredictable. We have to understand it with caution, because it can show stability for a few days and then they can shoot up, he said. And I've said it many times, it's slow, but it may accelerate. And actually, I wouldn't even get any packages, guys and girls, like from Amazon, from China. Don't get anything from China at the moment, or from the US if you're getting stuff from the United States or something. Because then, as they say, it doesn't spread on packages. But how do we know? How do we know it doesn't spread onto packages? Because some viruses...
Yeah, but what worries me...
Yeah.
Right, what about the money when we go to the bank?
Yeah, I know it could be on the money as well, guys and girls. Then is... We
don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. But we don't know. This is the case. We've just got to be careful, guys and girls. Be careful. I'll be back in a minute. But yeah, anyway, yeah, like I said, just be careful, guys and girls. I mean, this could be something, or it could be nothing. But a friend of mine actually was saying the other day, he said it could be something man-made and stuff, like a biological something, weapon of some sort to try and kill us all off. But we don't know. We don't actually know.
You know what would be a good idea?
What?
That when we go out, we make sure that we cover our face.
Yeah, cover ourselves. But they reckon it's not down here. But how do we know it's not down here? We don't know.
The other thing is, when we go to the bank, because you know we have to get money, why not wear gloves?
Yeah, wear gloves when we're touching the money and all that. Yeah, but then again, even if you touch the money and stuff with the gloves, by the time you take off and use one hand, you've got the virus on your hand as well. Then it's just it's unpredictable unless you've got 2 pairs of gloves somewhere. But anyway, it says the announcement came just hours after a flight from Wuhan, China, carrying 200 Britons and European nationals arrived in Britain About 150 of the passengers were taken to a centre in Milton Keynes. Oh, Milton Keynes, eh? England, to be quarantined.
Where's that? Is that London?
No, I don't think Milton Keynes. I don't think that is in London. I don't think it's in London. Might be actually. I don't know. England to be quarantined for 14 days. But the thing is, because viruses, they can take days before they're killed off.
Yeah, that 14 days.
Yeah.
All these places where they got to go in, they're giving them televisions, games, everything for the kids.
Yeah.
And things to keep them occupied.
The authorities in Spain said on Sunday that the country had confirmed its second coronavirus. In Spain, eh?
Oh, God.
Coronavirus case. A British man who lives on this island of Mallorca with his family. The man, whose identity was not disclosed, had reported to the hospital on Friday and was later joined there by his wife and 2 children to undergo testing for the virus. The wife and children tested negative, according to Spain's National Centre for Microbiology.
What, you said they got it?
No, it says negative. The infected man who has been quarantined had been in contact with a person who tested positive for the virus in France, Spanish officials said. The authorities in Mallorca are now investigating whether the infected man came into contact with other people on the island before going to the hospital. Fernando Simon, the director of the centre that coordinates emergencies within the Spanish Health Ministry, told reporters on Sunday that the man is in good health, is showing almost no symptoms, but has to be kept isolated as long as he is positive. Cruise ship quarantined in Japan has 6 more cases, passengers are told. But also there was a bloke, a whistleblower, who was working in China at the time and found that there's I don't know, where is it, if I can find the post on it, coronavirus whistleblower. Yeah, apparently he's had it as well. Outcry in China over a death of corona. So some sort of doctor. Let's have a look. Hang on. If I can find it. Wuhan hospital announces the death of a whistleblower. He was the first guy to come out with the virus because the Chinese government tried to shut him up about this virus spreading out because they didn't want to panic everybody. It was just some sort of panic.
He had to sign a paper.
Yeah, he had to sign the papers, but he whistleblowed on it. And look what's now. If that guy had shut his mouth in the first place, do you know what? If people would started going over to these other countries, back to the UK and all that, do you know what? It would be a lot worse than it is now. 10 times even worse. And maybe it is now as well. Maybe we're going to get to that point to make it even worse. Beijing CNN, the death of the doctor widely regarded as a hero in China for blowing the whistle on the threat posed by the Wuhan coronavirus has led to a massive outpouring of grief and anger online. Li Wenlian died of the virus in the early hours of Friday morning, local time. Wuhan Central Hospital, where he worked, said in a statement the confirmation follows a series of conflicting statements about his condition from the hospital and Chinese state media outlets. Our hospital's ophthalmologist Li Wenlin was unfortunately affected with the coronavirus during his work in the fight against the coronavirus epidemic in the hospital. Said he died at 2:58 a.m. on February the 17th. Why did they try to sort of cover it up? Why did they try and cover it up?
Did he die February what?
February the 7th, after attempts to resuscitate were unsuccessful. But why were the Chinese government actually covering it up? Why did they not want it to actually come out in the first place?
I don't
There's something bigger than this. This virus is bigger than all of us.
They don't want people to worry about it.
Yeah, but then it's a bit too late now because everybody's worried about it. There were more apparent efforts to control the narrative even after Lee's death, leading to widespread anger. Early on Thursday night, several state media outlets had reported Lee's death, following which Chinese social media erupted in the morning hours of confusion, followed with Wuhan Central Hospital releasing a statement saying Lee was still alive and in critical condition, adding that they were making attempts to resuscitate him. State media subsequently deleted their previous tweets, only for the hospital to then confirm his death. So they confirmed that he had died. So this guy, in early weeks of the outbreak, which had sickened more than 28,000 people and killed more than 560, he later contracted the virus himself. Lee was hospitalized on January the 12th and tested positive for the coronavirus on February the 1st. China's social media channels were awash with anger following news of Lee's death. The topic's Wuhan government owes Dr. Lee Wellen and an apology, and we want freedom of speech soon began to trend on China's Twitter. Thing is, with China, they don't have freedom of speech, and that's why we're in 2020 now, guys and girls. We need this freedom of speech in every single country, whether you like it or not. If there's something going on with certain parts of the government in any country, they should be able to express their concerns or their worries for people, whether it's right or whether it's wrong, whether it's propaganda or whether it's not. It's still a freedom of speech, God's sakes, guys and girls. And I think, to be honest, what can you do? What can you do when people want to get shut up because of it? So yeah, anyway, we should be able to express ourselves whether we are concerned about someone, about their health and well-being, or whether there's a disease on the way, or whether we have an opinion about something. We should be able to get it off our chest without actually getting taken down, or whether trying to get killed off, or whatever circumstances. It's pissing down now, it rain outside. But anyway, guys and girls, cheers for watching. Stay safe. If you like sort of agree with me on this, if you don't, then well, I don't know. It's your opinion, and it's your freedom to express that freedom of speech, guys and girls. Cheers for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next episode.